All right, another story that we felt we needed to weigh in on related to all of this, because ultimately, you know, there's a theory out there, which I think has some merit, that part of why Elon wanted to release these Twitter files now is to distract from the fact that he had banned Kanye West, which seems kind of anti-free speech, although, you know, we'll get into that piece in a moment. But the reason this all came about right now is because Kanye West, now Ye, went on Alex Jones's show along with his new buddy, Nick Fuentes, and there was no beating around the bush, there was no plausible deniability, there was no anything. He just literally goes full Nazi, repeatedly says how much he loves Hitler, why he loves Hitler, why he loves Nazis. Let's take a listen to a little bit of that.
I've done a lot of study. I think Hitler was a really bad guy, and I repudiate what Hitler did. I understand that the British intelligence set him up and used him.
I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler. And I know you're trying to be shocking with that.
I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I do not. The Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that. And Hitler has a lot of redeeming qualities. This is the voice of Netanyahu.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis. So, I mean, I disagree with both statements, but I get the
I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at.
And the Nazis, in my view, were thugs that shook people down to a lot of really bad things.
But they did good things, too. We're going to stop dissing the Nazis all the time.
Okay.
I'm Netanyahu. I ain't never had a supermodel. Yeah, could tell. The Jewish media has made us feel like the Nazis and Hitler have never offered anything of value to the world.
Okay, well, why would the Zionists be killing Jews in mass in Israel with the poison shot?
Because they work for Satan. They don't work for God.
Exactly. And you've got a little bit of the Hitler fetish going on.
It's not a fetish. It's not a fetish. That's a term like I just love information.
Can we just kind of say like you like the uniforms, but that's about it?
No, there's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things. Hey, Netin, what did you think about that, Netin? This is insane. You are an insane person.
But that's a good T-shirt. I love Hitler.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
I'm joking.
Germans had a really cool leader at one time.
Oh my God. Look.
And he didn't kill 6 million Jews. That's just like factually incorrect. But for the ADL, I want to say there's a lot of good Nazis that were just fighting for their country. And for them all...
Like George Soros.
For them all to get put in a box. They're all in a box. Every Nazi is bad. Well, could some of the Nazis have just been fighting for their country? Oh, they're all... Oh, we can't put them all in a box.
Wow. Thank you. Wow.
Goes without saying... This is disgusting. It's deplorable. It's historically wrong. I mean, the Nazism is perhaps the most evil ideology that human beings have ever come up with. Hitler was a depraved killer. The Holocaust was real. Yes, 6 million Jews were murdered in the Holocaust. And it's also patently insane. For those of you who are just listening to this, just to paint the picture here, Ye is sitting there with a full black hood over his face, so you can't even see his face, by the way. The weird, like, voice that he's doing, he brought a net and a bottle...
Is that a fishbowl net? Like, what is that?
Yes, something like that. And a bottle of Yoo-Hoo chocolate milk. And he's saying that this is former and about to be future Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Yoo-Hoo, insane. Who he says, by the way, is trying to murder him. And I mean, part of what I think is worth saying at this point is, number one, please stop. Please stop having this man on. This is all that you're gonna get, right? Lex Friedman tried to talk him off the ledge. Can we talk about individual people? Can we talk about like the facts of what happened to you rather than broad brush demonizing an entire group of people, which is absolutely deplorable and disgusting. He complained about that in this interview. He is given every chance by Alex Jones, who's really trying to give him a way out of this. You just like the uniforms, right? No, I love Hitler, he says, right? You know, I don't like, Alex Jones tries, I don't like Nazis. I think the mainstream media, blah, 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 goes in his own conspiracy theories. No, I love Nazis. I mean, okay, so we know what he's gonna say at this point. Please stop having this man on. Because he's also, and this doesn't excuse the behavior or the hatred or the disgusting views, he is clearly in the middle of a manic episode. He has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And Saagar, just to read to you a few of the hallmarks of bipolar disorder, of which he is clearly having a textbook media episode on, you know, all of these interviews. Feeling unusually important, talented, or powerful is one indication. Feeling able to do many things at once without getting tired. Racing thoughts, talking fast about a lot of different things, so-called flight of ideas, okay? This is a man who is mentally ill. If you saw him on the street, you would know that. If he was anything other than this sort of like celebrity god who we've been taught to look up to, like they're so special and like, oh, they won the meritocracy race, so they must be a genius. If it was anything other than that, we would see this so clearly for ultimately what it is. Again, that does not excuse the deplorable, disgusting views. But what are we gonna get at this point from doing another interview with Ye West? This is who he is.
Yeah, no, he's clearly had like a massive psychotic break. And I was gonna say thank you to the person who put that compilation clip together. And just to underscore it, I mean, to the crazy posting, it continues. You know, on Instagram, just late last night, he posted this quote, "Am I the only one who thinks Elon could be half Chinese? Have you ever seen his pics as a child? Take a Chinese genius and mate them with a South African supermodel. We have Elon. I say Elon because they probably made 10 to 30 Elons. He's the genetic hybrid that's stuck. Well, let's not forget about Obama. I'm sorry for using curse words in church. I don't have another word for Obama yet. Yay 24. Let's unify and find out. LUAFO. I mean, look, as you said, like it's almost difficult to be outraged at hearing such thing just because you can see how much in the midst of like a genuine psychotic break that the man is. Like, you know, disgusting and deplorable views aside. And I honestly just felt like watching him actually be used by these cynical, grifting actors like Fuentes and Milo, that is a level of, you know, of deplorable that is just far outracing almost even Kanye himself. Candace as well, effectively like stealing his money, right? Getting her husband's company like bailed out by Kanye West to purchase Parler.
By the way, that deal fell apart at this point.
I mean, attempted stealing his money and grifting onto him. Also, Milo, it turns out, either somebody's had enough, we'll see, put this up there on the screen. He is officially leaving the campaign. He says, Ye and I have come to the mutual conclusion I should step away from his political team. Ye is a genius who I have come to love and respect. We remain friends. I will continue to pray for Ye and all of his endeavors. Yes, he certainly will.
I mean, that's the thing, is if your whole business model is provocation, someone is always gonna be able to outprovoke you.
Of course.
And I mean, that's part of what comes through in these clips too with Alex Jones, because I mean, to make Alex Jones squirm in his chair and try to like, and be the moderate and try to get you to walk back from the ledge of the total insanity that you're spewing is really something. But ultimately, there's always gonna be someone who's willing to go full Nazi. Apparently that person is Ye West, and more pointedly, Nick Fuentes, who you don't hear from him in that compilation, but he's just sitting there smiling and nodding the whole time. The whole time. And so apparently, I mean, I guess this was even too far for Milo Yiannopoulos, who again, his whole thing has always been being the conservative provocateur. But yeah, if that's your whole business model, is just shocking people, there's always gonna be someone who's willing to push the envelope a little bit further than you are, and ultimately, you know, the gig is gonna be up. So disgraceful for Milo, disgraceful for Nick Fuentes, not that they had any shame to start with.
No, yeah, of course. They have zero shame. In fact, this is their only last chance of getting anybody to even say their name on television. So good luck, folks. I think your gig will be up in, what, 2 weeks or so, eventually before the psychotic break continues and they get fired, disgraced in public. As for Kanye himself, the man needs help. He's not going to reach it. You know, at this point, I doubt it's even possible unless it's genuinely forced upon him. As I understand it, the laws on that are actually quite difficult. And of course, he has a ton of money at his disposal. So he's his own worst enemy. He's the person, as you said this before. You're like, look, the man says, I refuse to take my meds. So what are you supposed to do in a situation? I personally think, as you said, after the Lex Friedman interview, and especially after walking off the Tim Pool interview, when Tim, it was like the slightest pushback. And he walks off the set. I'm like, look, what's the point at this point? You know, let him languish in his psychotic, you know, manic episode. He can continue to post his way to idiocy. Now, that said, on a content moderation scheme, there is some more to be discussed.
Hey guys, ready or not, 2024 is fully upon us now, and Saagar and I have been brainstorming ways that we can really up our game for this critical election.
Yeah, we rely on our premium subs to expand our coverage, to add staff, to upgrade the studio. We just want to give you the best independent coverage of this election, which is possible. So if you can help us out, become a premium subscriber today, breakingpoints.com, or the link is down here in the description video. It really means the world to us, and if you like what we're all about, out. This is the best possible way to keep us 100% independent, working only for you.